Nigeria is one of the few countries in the world that becomes poorer when oil price rise. Sounds crazy, right? Today, I'm going to explain exactly why this happens and why your wallet feels the pinch more than anyone else. Rada Emmanuel is my name, and I welcome you to Beyond the Narrative, the channel where we challenge narrative, expose truths, and help you think critically about society, politics, and everyday life. If you value logic over noise, hit the subscribe button and let us dive in. Let's start with Nigeria's dependency on oil. Now, almost 90% of our foreign exchange comes from oil exports, and the government relies heavily on this revenue. So when oil price rise, you would think it's good news for everyone, more money for the country, and more benefits for citizens, right? Well, not exactly. In Nigeria, most of the extra revenue doesn't reach the people. Instead, it gets lost through mismanagement and corruption. Unlike countries like Norway, which saves oil revenue in a sovereign wealth fund for citizens, Nigeria doesn't have a system like that. So even when the country earns more, the average doesn't see it. Now, this has effect on the citizens. And what does this mean for us as citizens? First, inflation. When oil price rise, fuel cost spikes, transportation prices goes up, and food becomes more expensive. Now, basically, everything costs more. Second, our currency, the naira, loses value, making imported goods even pricier. And when we talk about imported goods, we're talking about PMS, is not excluded, diesel, gas, cooking gas, and all of that. They are not exempted from this. They also become pricier. And third, government spending doesn't prioritize public welfare. Much of the revenue goes to cover debts or disappears into corruption rather than improving our lives. Compare with other countries, Norway has a sovereign wealth fund where oil money goes in, and the citizens of Norway benefit indirectly through social programs and financial stability. The United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia also have what they call structured savings and social programs that are funded by oil. Nigeria, on the other hand, doesn't have a reliable system to ensure oil wealth translates to better living standards. The money leaks out before it reaches the people. So, what can we change? What do we need to do to effect a change in the system? First, transparency in government spending is critical. Second, Nigerians need a sovereign wealth fund or a national savings system so that future generations can benefit the same way citizens in Norway, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia are benefiting. Third, we as citizens must demand accountability. Awareness and civic engagement are powerful tools that can push change in any government. So why exactly is the cost of things always rising when crude price rises? The economic reasons why Nigerians often feel poorer when crude oil price rises. One, fuel is the backbone of the economy. This is one major reason. Fuel is the backbone of the economy. Almost everything in Nigeria depends on fuel. Transportation, goods delivery, electricity for generators, and production of certain products. So when crude oil price rise globally, the cost of importing refined fuel or running refineries also rises. This directly increases the price of petrol, diesel, and your cooking gas, LPG. And eventually, this cascades into other costs. Number two, transportation cost goes up. Transporters pass fuel cost onto consumers. Goods from farms to markets become more expensive. Example, now if the fuel costs rise by 20%, the price of a bag of rice or any other thing, tomatoes, can be increased by 10 to 15% because farmers and distributors need to cover high transport expenses. Other things that also add to these are the various toll gates and the men in black we have on our roads. Number three, imported goods become pricier. Nigeria imports a lot of products, including food, industrial goods, and raw materials. Crude price rise often weakens the naira because the Nigerian naira, Nigeria may need to spend more foreign currency on fuel imports or even subsidized prices. A weaker naira makes imports more expensive, which raises the general cost of living in Nigeria. Number four, inflation ripple effect. Now, higher fuel and transportation cost increases price for almost every product or services that is rendered in Nigeria. Even services like school fees, healthcare, or entertainment indirectly increases because running business becomes more expensive. Think of it like this: fuel is the engine of the economy, and when it costs more to run, everything connected to it costs more too. In time past, we used to enjoy subsidies, and so that helps us to manage the cost when government begins to incur additional costs on subsidies. But today, we don't have subsidy anymore in the system, and as a result of that, you see there is a very huge direct effect of the crude oil price in the world on each and every one of us in Nigeria. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed your daily expenses rising when oil price goes up? Comment below and share your experience. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to join the conversation every week. Until next time, stay informed, think critically, and always question the narrative.